From the brickyard to the town of Watkins Glen, oval racing, 4 corners to 7 corners, road course racing, it's the Cheez It 30 at the Glen. 30 laps. And we had some breaking news and some team announcements for their post-race interview at Indianapolis. Let's start with Hat Green Racing. Hat Green Racing sent out a statement that said they have decided to push Case Bridge to the 17 for the rest of the season. Zach Roden will drive the 16, and the number 4 will be used for prospects. Penn Pearson and Kenzie Arnett are looking for different teams. My sources are Kenzie Arnett has retired, but Penn Pearson is racing in the RMG stable, in the RMG racing stable. Don't be shocked if he races next season. And also from Pat Green Racing, Pat Green will drive the 4 at Watkins Glen here today, making her return, and at Monza next week. And Nick Green will drive it at Imola, Daytona, and Road America in the 4. Green is in the 51 here tonight. I'm here this afternoon, and speaking of RMG racing, Landon Drennan has retired. Penn Pearson will drive the 24 in the CSKL Next Series, as Ben Stanky will drive the 51 at Monza and Imola next week and the week after. Maybe at future races as well. And then Cohen Moore has been replaced by Pat Green Motorsports prospect Chase Klein. Klein will drive the Thunder Motorsports number 10. Let's meet today's starting lineup. In row 1, it's of quickest in practice. It's Cole Flick, followed along by, in second, Jordan Spencer. In row 2, it's Maya Dimmick and Riley Poindexter. In row 3, it's Patino Romo and Clavi Raider. Row 4, we have Luke Clark and Austin Horner. In row 5, it's Nick Green and Chase Klein. In row 6, it's Braden Mills and Bailey Winsted. In row 7, it's Zach Roden and Matthew Campton. In row 8, it's David Loudon and Pat Green. In row 9, Andre Schreiner and Abshar Khan. In row 10, it's Case Bridge and Kellen Sheff. Then in row 11, it's the 12 of Nolan Vernango. I think he won this race last year, and Clinton Sheff. In row 12, we get to Boston Matthews and Heidi Miner. In row 13, it's Allie Brossman and Eli Jackson. In row 14, it's the 50 of Aaliyah Dean and the 27 of Jordan Spencer. And finally, rounding out the field, it's going to be Grady Broughton, last week's winner Isaac Stead, and Grant Irwin. That's the starting lineup from the Glen. Road course racing, this track takes not luck, but skill. Skill is required at the Glen. We are green flag racing at Watkins Glen. 3 wide behind them, 3 to 4 wide, they're all going to wide. Look at the 10, Chase Klein out of nowhere, battle for the lead. Here comes the 33, it's side by side. Flick has lost the lead. What a pass on lap 1. It's Spencer and Poindexter. They make contact. Spencer, I think, is in the grass just a little bit. Here comes the 47. Patino Romo looking for win number 3 on the year. But Jordan Spencer leads at Watkins Glen. He leads at the Glen side by side, back behind them. The 46 tries to get after the 10, but can't. Dimmick is there. How about Winstead inside the top 10 and Austin Horner? How about Case Bridge from deep all the way up to 19th? I'm saying that some drivers have already lost positions, but not the 32. As they round the S's now. Through the S's for the for the second time here this afternoon. Here comes the 33. Poindexter to the inside. Look at Flick. He looks. Good run by Cole Flick. It's side by side. And new leader, Riley Poindexter, to the lead at the Glen. Riley Poindexter looking to win here this afternoon at the Glen. She is fast. Cole Flick has speed as well. Don't be shocked if he's up front at the end of this one. Team Penske 2, 22, and 12 all up front in practice. As it's Poindexter who leads on lap 3. But here comes Spencer once again closing in. And the 2 is right there as well. And if you guys remember, we have 30 laps in this one. Spencer now going to the inside. He wants the run. He's going to look outside. No, it's the 2. Here comes Flick. Flick and Patino Romo. Contact made. Contact made between them. Romo can't get around the 2. The 15 and 41 side by side, and the 50 and the 15 will take 8th. 11th place is still Case Bridge. Back up front though, it's still Riley Poindexter, who just barely leads over Jordan Spencer. You can see him running that bottom line, trying to get a good run. He can't. Lap 4 is on the board. Look at the 10 now, going to the inside of the 47. That's a battle for 4th. Chase Klein. Road course ringer, 0 wins in the CSKL Next Series for Pat Green Motorsports. But now, here he is in 4th. Here we go, folks. Here comes the 42. Spencer and Poindexter side by side. Spencer retakes the lead. 47 cannot retake 4th. He keeps it on. He stays in 5th. Jordan Spencer back up front at the Glen. To lap 5 and 30. This race will go by quick. And remember, it's like I said, next week we go to Monza. Monza race should be interesting. Seeing rookie Ben Stinky make his CSKL stock car debut. Here comes the 42. Jordan Spencer looking to win here this afternoon. He continues to run a really solid line around this racetrack. We see now Poindexter, what is she going to do? She can't do anything here, as I think there's going to be a battle for 2nd. 33 now looking for the lead. She cannot take it away. She goes way high. They are touching the grass just as well. There's a little group as well, deep in the field of the flow cars. Pat Green is in 20th. She's not going anywhere. Isaac Stead, slow this weekend. I mean, he is super slow this weekend. That's last week's winner. And as Spencer out of the final corner, he's going to lead lap 5. We have 25 laps to go. There are mandatory pit stops in this one. looks like that flick tried to get the position now on the 42. Like on that 33. And here comes Poindexter. Poindexter, 33. Now, right there. Goes to the inside. They have no contact. Still battling up front. And Poindexter will clear for the lead. Riley Poindexter back up front at the Glen. This 33 car has not showed much speed. And now here she is tonight, looking to get that first win here at the Glen. Poindexter leads. Lap number 7. Lap 7 is on the board. Here comes the 42 to the inside. Great run by Spencer. And he's going to be there in the S's. Somebody is going to push too hard and make a huge mistake. And who is it going to be? Spencer way high. Slides down to the inside. Here comes Flick. He's there. Leaders contact. Here comes a 2. 33 loses the lead once again as Spencer muscles his way back up front at the Glen. Here comes the 42, continuing to lead through turn 7. Down through turn 1. Now comes to turn 2 and 3. The S's here at the Glen. Look at the tire marks, slash the tire rubber being laid down on the inside. Here comes Poindexter. She slides down the front, she slides down the corner. Down the back straightaway to the bus stop. She cannot take the lead. She's not able to, with 46 right there in 6th. Great racing on the field here. Schreiner, looks like she got around the 32 for 15. Or 14. It's now around the final corner. Around turn 7. Jordan Spencer. 21 laps to go at the Glen. It's 21 laps to figure everything out. And what is it going to take? Here we go. Next time by, we are going to have a short break. Here comes the 33 and the 2. Right there, battling with the 42. 33. She's going to get around the 42. Riley Poindexter back up front at the Glen. Here we go, out of the final corner. It's the 33 onto lap number 10. Now it's 21 lap to go, not 22. Now it's 21 laps to go, but not on lap 9. 21 to go at the Glen. The 42 slides. He almost goes around. Here comes a 2. They make more and more contact. The 42 is too aggressive there. As he almost went around. Yeah, the 42 is too aggressive there. He almost went around. Here comes a 42. The 42 right there. And 33 looks like that the leader comes down the road. And just like that, it's the 42 who leads. The leader is on pit road. We have a battle for second. The 10 peeked out of line, looking for that spot. Let's ride along with the 10 as we go to break. We have 9 laps to go here from here from Watkins Glen. Raider, he still needs to pit. There's some drivers that still need to pit, but not this driver. Poindexter. Braden Mills. Mills trying to win his second race of the season. Mills is in 8th. Look at all these drivers. And still needs to pit. Winstead pits. 8 laps to go for Quabi Raider. The 17 is right behind him. And that is not Penn Pearson, that's Case Bridge. And Sid is still in last. Perfect. We have 8 laps to go here at the Glen. And now they're coming around to take 7 to go. Things are going to get down to it. The 55 has damage. 4th on down does not have to pit again. Here comes the 46. It's going to be about 7 laps to go this time by. Seven laps to go at the Glen. The 55 does not pit. There's a 33 right behind them. And the 3 who is closing in on the 33. Raider leads at the Glen. Coming to 6 to go. If this is for sure the battle for the win, then that's going to change everything. Through the carousel for the final 7 times. The 33 and the 3 battling. Look at the 22 and others behind them. 10 and 47 battling there. Green and Flick battling behind them as well. Reader and the 17 pit. Here comes a 55. Rotten comes down pit road. It's going to be a battle between Poindexter and Braden Mills for the win. 6 laps to go at the Glen. Braden Mills won Sonoma. He's trying to win here at the Glen. Chaos surrounds everything here in the Crazy Sports Good League. And we might see some chaos near the end. Dimmick trying to close back in as well. Contact made between the leaders. They made contact. The 10 is in 5th. Green inside the top 10. Horner in 10th. About in 12th, that is the Indy Road Course winner of Matthew Campton. It's now just a battle between the top front 2. Going to be a battle between the front 3. Dimmick has closed in. 5 remaining at the Glen. Here comes a 3. It's side by side for the lead. Mills from the inside. He has momentum. But look at the top with the 33. And the 22 is there as well. Dimmick going for second. It's side by side for second. Here comes Maya Dimmick. She wants the lead. Third to first in one lap. Maya Dimmick to the lead at the Glen. Picked up her first win of her career last year in Indianapolis. Looking for win number 2. Maya Dimmick through turn 7. 4 laps of racing left at the Glen. It's Dimmick versus Mills. Penske versus Thunder Motorsports once again reignites tonight. Wow, the Shriner Motorsports number 42 behind them. .42 right there. Here goes a 3. It's side by side for the lead again. Dimmick trying to hang on. Can't. Mills to the lead. As they're gonna get 3 laps to go this time by. Maya Dimmick in second. Braden Mills looking to become the second multi-time winner this year. Patino Romo has taken 5th over, and he has closed back in on the leaders. Mills out of 7. 3 laps to go at the Glen. Mills looking for win number 2 of the season. Forward champion in the lead. Dimmick looking for number 2 of her career. Poindexter, I think, is as well looking for win number 2 of her career. Here comes the 22. Dimmick running the top to the bottom. She gets a good run to the bottom. Look at Poindexter. Leaders make contact. Dimmick takes the lead as there comes 2 laps to go when they cross the line again. With the carousel coming to turn number 6 and then turn 7. This road course needed skill and, of course, strategy and, of course, speed. The 33 and 42 up there because of speed, same as the 22. 2 laps remaining at the Glen. The 3 is up there due to strategy and, of course, speed. I mean, not speed, but skill. If you wonder who is good at road courses, look no further than the 3 of Braden Mills. Forward champion in this league, looking to win race number 2 of the season. He had a championship hangover last season. Here comes a 3. It's side by side, 42 into the wall. Mills to the lead. And now, Dimmick knows she has one last shot at the victory here at the Glen. We saw the 42 hit the wall. We know the 42 ain't winning this one. Braden Mills through turn 6. Now comes to turn number 7. The tire rubber is quickly falling on the track. White flag in the air. Final time around Watkins Glen. Here comes Dimmick to the inside. Great run. Gets there. Hits the 3. I'm not saying that's all she wrote quite yet, because the 22 will get a good run. Exiting the S's. Here she comes again. 3/10 back. She's there, closing back in quickly. One last shot for Dimmick. They make contact. Mills is going to hang on. He is going to show why he is a former champion of this league. Win number 2 of the season. And now we will see even more drivers make it into the championship race on points. One more corner until he's going to do it. Drayton Mills out of turn 7. Win number 2. He wins at the Glen. His second win of the year. Drayton Mills wins Watkins Glen. He won Sonoma. He's going to do it here this afternoon. Great and quick race indeed. Thanks for watching, folks.